Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be drawing Iron Man as a nutcracker. The first thing I do is I try and get a pose where this character is flying through the air using his feet and hands as rocket blasters, propelling him forwards. Then I go in and I start to add more definition to the shapes that I've drawn, like adding in thicker lines and stronger lines, and also drawing in the hand, and then drawing in some of the design features that we're going to make this character look both like Iron Man and a Christmas nutcracker. For the hand, I was just trying to draw an outstretched hand spread out, and then I go on to sort of the plates and the interlocking bits of metal that go into the Iron Man suit. I thought it would be pretty cool to have his center reactor as a star, and then the plates below that look like a Christmas tree. I then make the face look like he's wearing a hat, and also like he has long white hair on his sides. I then go into defining each of the different plates more, and I also make sure that it's got clothing elements of the nutcracker, like the belt and the buttons and things like that. Looking at Iron Man pictures, I identified the main sort of plates and different sections, like the front, and then he has side plates, and then right on the side he has multiple smaller plates, and then his thighs, he has a bigger plate over the top, and then on the side he has smaller interlocking plates. He also has lots of plates around his chest that define the chest structure. With those elements drawn in, I move on to line up. This was just going to add lots of the different details and mostly make the structure clearer, because I'd already gone into quite a lot of depth when drawing in pencil. I was just finalizing design details and plate details, such as the Christmas tree pattern and the front, and the hand, the arms and the legs, all the different parts of this character, just to make sure they are clear and get what this character is about across. I imagine this character as a sort of guardian of Christmas, I guess you could say, protecting Lapland, I guess. The main things that I added when doing line art were small embellishments like buttons or the pads on the knuckles, and different smaller plates that link in with the bigger ones that would make the suit be able to move properly like a normal person or a human would. Then I moved on to colouring. The main colours were going to be red, green and gold, with black for the boots and some bits like the hat and the buttons. So first I coloured in everything in red. I almost forgot to rub out all of the pencil, and that wouldn't have looked very good. It wouldn't have looked very clean. But then I go in with most of the over armour plates with this just bright red colour. This is both a Christmassy colour, and also it's the main colour of Iron Man, so that's why it worked so well in this design. Move on to the black boots. I wanted to try and make this like the Santa Thor video that I did a little while ago, where they look really shiny, and I kind of achieved this. I don't think it worked as well as it did for the Santa Claus ones, but that's not a bad thing, because Iron Man and Nutcrackers aren't as known for shiny boots as Santa Claus is. Then I go in and add different parts in detail of the green bits, like the tree, and then his lower legs and his calves. Next I go in and I add all the embellishments, like the buttons, the golden star at the top of the tree, the boot rims. Then I go in and add further bits of green, like his gloves, the top of his chest, and I think eventually the shoulder pads. Next I start to go into the head. I knew that I was going to have a yellow face, because Iron Man has a yellow face, but I also knew that I wanted to have a white or a sort of purplish white on the side of the head to imitate the Nutcrackers and how they have long hair. This was beginning to wrap up the design, so I was just adding the blaster effects. I thought this was kind of interesting. I didn't know how well it would work, but then once I've done all the flat colours, I go into shading. Unfortunately, in my marker set, I don't have that many different reds, so I just had to go in and layer lots and lots of the same colour, which for some reason these reds also don't look as dark when they go over each other than, for example, the green does. The green darkness changes dramatically when you put just a second layer on, whereas the red one you have to put multiple layers on to even start to notice the difference. This was obviously challenging, but it just meant that I had to wait and put on more layers and eventually just build up the shadow. I thought that for the colouring I could have made it more contrasting, the shadows, and left more bright highlights. I barely left any on this design, and I think that was a mistake because they are completely metal, and metal is very shiny, so I think I could have gone in with either a gel pen or something like that to add highlights. And with that, this is the end of the video, and I'll leave you with the transition of the entire piece. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.